Hello, it's Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs. Welcome and welcome back. I'm here with my next part of my Dee Dee Farago challenge. It is the 2021 TCTC. You can see my arm because I'm just turning my tablet on to see if I got that right. I certainly did. It's the colossal tome that she's doing, and she's basically making a giant book full of pockets so that she can refer to them when in need of ideas, and also she'll have a record of where she found them. So this is my book that I'm using to put mine in. It's one I already had, and I did do a tutorial on how I made a version of this very recently, so this was a perfect challenge for me. Oh, do you know we're not gluing that? I've bent it slightly. This was the one I made last week. If you watched, if you didn't watch, you can find that in the playlist. And this is the one I've made for today. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 12 by 12 papers, I think. Yeah, it's slightly different to what some others are doing. Dee Dee's trying to use oil pearl scraps, which, yeah, I've got loads of scraps, but do you know one of my main sources of scraps is when I make things from 12 by 12 sheets and all the bits I have left over, you know, if I cut one down to use it as a page in a journal. So yeah, I've made another one that incorporates pockets. You can use it as a standalone page, sew it in your signature. It's even, I suppose, strong enough to use as the cover of a little notebook, or show you, this is how I would use it. You could glue it to a page and you can have a pocket there, there or there, depending on which edges you glued. It would then fold, you've got that little pocket there, look there, you've got one, you've got a skinny pocket there what you could put a bookmark in. You open it up and then you've got two more pockets. You could go to town and add extra pockets wherever you wanted on this. You could round the corners or leave them as they are. You can just do all sorts with it. So let me show you how I made that one. This one I made with a paper that's not really directional, so I didn't have to think about it too much. I've also made another one that I haven't glued, just to show you how it comes together. If you notice, this one has its little skinny pocket on the front. That's just because I turned my paper differently when I did my scoring. Happy accident, I've now got two versions. I don't know which were which, but we might figure that out when I do come to score it. So yeah, that's that, that's that. Fold those down and you've got your 12 by 12 sheet. I've messed with this one so much because it was my little prototype. I've started to mess up the edges. So can you see the only thing missing from this is a tiny sliver, and that's gone in the bin. So I've chose some of the papers. I've chose some that are directional and some that aren't. I'm going to try and do this one with a page that has, by directional, it's like that's the right way up, and anything other than that is upside down. Yeah, I'm going to try that one. This is a random graphic 45 one, don't know which it is. I used to use lots of graphic 45 in mini albums, so I've got lots of leftover sheets and quite a lot of full pads. Yeah, I was a bit of a graphic 45 collector years ago. They just bring too many out now, but they're all as gorgeous as each other, and the pages mix and match beautifully. So I think if I were to score on this side, you'd see my score marks much better. So this is my page that's going to be directional. So I want this to be the page that you only see one half of. Can you see what I mean? Yeah, that's going to be my inside. So I would normally score on the other side, but I'm going to do this so you can see. So yeah, this is how we decide which side our pocket wants to be at. If we want the pocket at the front, we do first score narrow. I think I want the pocket on the back of this one. So here's how we score. You can do this with a ruler, you don't have to use a scoreboard. So I'm going to score at 5 all the way down. I always like to do it a couple of times. Then 10 all the way down. There we go. Then I'm going to turn it round, and this is where I'm going to decide how high I want my page. I made these 8-inch. Did I make them 8 or 7.5? Yeah, I made them 8 inches high. So I'm going to come in and score at 8. There we have it. Can you see the score lines? Probably show it better on that side. So now I'm going to come in and do some folding. The first fold I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the bottom part up there. That is what becomes our pockets that I'm folding up. I always like to then give that a crease with my bone folder. Then I'm going to fold, open that back up and fold there. Yeah. Again, a nice crease with a bone folder. A burnish, should I say. I'm burnishing the crease. Then I'm going to fold that one. Right. Now I need to make sure I've got it the right way. For, yeah. Yes, this is the way I want it. So I'm going to fold back again that way. Yeah. Had this not been a directional paper, that wouldn't have mattered. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. Like that and like that. And you'll see why I've cut bits out now. I don't like, can you see how it's all bagging, and you'd need really thin paper to have no bagging. Bagging, as I call it. So I'm going to cut a V out there, and I'm just going to cut along that one. So I'm just going to cut up either side of the score line. Or you can fold it over and cut. So I'll grab my tiny scissors now and I'll cut. Can you see I've just cut that tiny little sliver out, and that can go in the bin. And then turn this to this side. I'm going to cut up that score line there, straight up the middle of it. You can do this with a craft knife, with scissors, with your trimmer, whatever you prefer. So now we're going to fold all those 3 over. That's going to fold in there, and that's going to fold over there. My edges have cracked a little bit on this paper. They don't normally. I'll tell you why. It's because I've used the ball tool that's not the right size. But do you know what? Oh, I'm making something grungy. That doesn't bother me. I think it just goes to make it looks older. If you know what I mean. I think it does. Because old things get battered edges, don't they? Right. Now we're going to come in and just check. You see that bit where I've cut up the crease? I've got a little bit hanging over there that I really don't like. So I'm just going to come in and trim a smidgen more off. I'm going to do it like that, up to the edge of the paper. I hope you can see what I actually did there. I've trimmed down that edge of there. Yeah. Right, now, if you want to ink it, come in and ink it. I'm not going to ink this one. I did ink this one that's glued. It just helps you see where the pockets are, I think, with those two papers being very similar. So the first gluing I'm going to do is, I'll tell you what, move my scoreboard before I start with glue. Because, you know, I get blobs of glue on it and then I wonder why it's not scoring properly. It's because you've got glue on it, woman. So I'm going to come in and put a tiny bead of glue. I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer that I've decanted into my small container. When you're folding this, make sure you've got it flush at that edge, or it'll just look untidy. There we go. So that's that one done. Then I'm going to glue these edges to make this into a pocket. Can you see where I'm gluing? Yeah. Hey, my hand's pretty steady today. I did it without having to rest my wrist on the table. So that's that. Where's my... I've got these new baby wipes. You know, I've probably mentioned these in another video, but you might not have all seen them. They're the Huggies. Biodegradable ones. They don't have the little teddy bear on like the old ones did in the UK. They look like a little checked cheesecloth thing. I haven't let any dry out and see how they perform dry, but they seem a lot stretchier. Look at that. Ooh. So anyway, I got a baby wipe out to wipe some glue up, and I just couldn't resist going on about them, could I? So they're glued. I'll turn over, and I want to glue these. There you go, glue. So again, just a bead down each side. You can already see where this pocket's going, can't you? These would be fun to do a mass make with, wouldn't they? Again, when you do it, make sure your edges that are seen are going to be flush. Because no matter how well you've scored or trimmed or measured, sometimes things just don't line up perfectly. Do you know, that's reminded me of an interesting job I had when I was younger. I'm being sarcastic there. Oh dear. It was a place, I'm not going to say the name, I think it's closed down now anyway, in Sheffield. And basically what it did is it calibrated things. I mean, yeah, you didn't need a lot of scientific knowledge to work in office printing certificates off, which is what I did. But what I learnt is very sensitive technical and electronic equipment needs calibration, because at different temperatures things are different sizes. And I know what some of you might be thinking, but we didn't calibrate those. And in this place there was a ruler. It was the perfect ruler, and it was in this sealed room. You know, the temperature was perfect, the humidity, is it called hermetically? I don't know. I worked there and I have no idea. But yeah, I think that was the first time I realised how important it was. So whenever my things don't line up, I will now think, well, yeah, it's the humidity, it's the temperature. Yeah, it was perfect when I did it. It now doesn't line up because it needs calibrating. There you go. Right, wake up everyone. After that fascinating story. Anyway, do you know how long I worked there? Half a day. I think they might still be looking for me. It bored me solid in the morning. So I went home at dinner time. I didn't even bother clocking out. So yeah, they might still be looking for me. Anyway, yeah, that's why I didn't know too much about it, because I like only did a 3-hour shift. Yeah, on to better and bigger things I was. Anyway, you've just seen me glue this. You've just seen me finish the pocket while I told you the world's most scintillating story. So that's it. That's so easy, isn't it? And it's so brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. That is going to be perfect for a bookmark. Put something there. So we've got 4 pockets there, and depending on how we attach it to our page, we could have 5. then you could go to town adding more pockets on. So that really is it. That's it. Do you know, when I do something that's so quick and easy, I'm a bit like, is that it then? Have we finished? But we have. That's how simple it was. Yeah, mind-numbing story to boot. So we'll fold that one back up. So there you have it. Another way to make pockets for your junk journals from one 12x12 piece of cardstock. Thank you very much for watching. You'll see that I've put the hashtag 2021TCTC. If you click on that, it will bring up all the other YouTubers that are doing videos in Dee Dee's challenge. So and I will list Dee Dee at the bottom. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.